To be clear and to reiterate the issue, the police and FBI and all witnesses all are in the position that there is no crime, yet your publication gives the clear impression that a crime exists.
Onision's astroturfs. They smell like pickled onion monster munch.
The kid fell out the window, and the first thing he did was whack his camera out and start recording. Oh, mate.
Caught at 5. 5 aside at 6.
I received a lawsuit threat from the guy. Social media experiences of certain human beings. There is a man, the myth, the legend, a guy called Gregory Onision Jackson. Do you know this bloke?
Gregory Onision Jackson.
Yes, do you know
I imagine this is
the
Onision.
This
right?
is Onision.
This is Onision.
What do you know about Onision personally?
I know that you used to do
quite
a lot of videos about him, and I hadn't seen any of them, I'll be honest.
That's hard. That's everything from you, mate. I've made quite a few bit of Onision videos.
I just, obviously I follow him on Twitter, and I'd see his name would come up quite often, and all I could think is that man's got a name like an onion.
Yeah, pretty much. He is actually known as the Onion Man.
The Onion Man.
Yeah. I don't know. He does look. I can't. I was gonna say he looks like he smells of onions, but I think he may smell of onions because I can't say that because that may come under bullying. But
yeah, that is bullying.
It's not bullying.
It's
called the Onion Man.
It's the Onion Man. Do you reckon it's a bit like when SpongeBob has that really bad sandwich and his breath just reeks for the entire episode?
I just like the idea of Onision just walking around America giving people free onions. You know how like the Pied Piper's going around like playing little songs and stuff? I think he's going up to little kids giving them onions. Come over to the onion house. But that's not any facts. That's just an opinion.
And that's what led to that video, Stu Reviews an Onion.
I don't know what that is.
Do you not know Stu Reviews an Onion?
Are you saying that Stu Reviews an Onion is an Onision?
Right. There's been comments where people are saying, Aidan clearly doesn't know a lot about YouTube. It's quite a nice dynamic. But there is one thing on YouTube I know quite a lot about. And it's Stu reviewing an onion.
And this is something that I have no idea
just
about.
Hey guys, Stu here, back again with another video. Today I'm gonna be reviewing an onion. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna dive right in. Oh! It burns!
First guest.
First guest Onision speaking about onions.
Mate, we're flying Stu in.
Oh, Stu!
Yeah,
why don't we fly Stu? No, when we fly Stu and Onision in, I'll let them speak to each other. We don't even turn up. It's just Stu and bloody Greg.
You're just hearing a munch on onions for the entire video.
Greg is the type of guy just to munch into an onion. I think if you do that, you are probably a bit of a...
No.
No. But the reason I want to bring him up is, so Greg, he was a popular bloke for a bit. For some reason, the internet actually liked him at one point. Faced a lot of allegations. He did a lot of terrible things. He's not a good bloke. Let's just say that. Not every good bloke has an FBI investigation, whether anything comes from them or not. I don't think you've had an FBI investigation.
No, I haven't. And also, I think it's a good sort of judgment on someone's character, isn't it?
What about a fucking FBI investigation? Yeah. There was also a few things of like, he accidentally let his kid fall out the window. Shut up. RIP. No, the kid's fine.
Okay,
But no, there was a lot of bad stuff. He flied across states to have certain interactions with somebody.
Okay.
But yeah, he's not a good bloke, basically. But last year, I received a lawsuit threat from the guy. And apparently a lot of other people received this threat. And I've spoken about this, I think, a couple times before, but I don't think I've ever gone through absolutely everything. And I thought this would be a very, very funny thing because we spoke about my previous experience about a few days. And I thought, what's better than speaking about a lawsuit, potential threat of losing all of my stuff?
He has gone up, in my opinion, somewhat from what you've just said.
How come?
Because, he's letting a kid fall out of a window.
You don't like kids,
as we
do
know,
you?
I don't like kids.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work, Onion Man.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Letting a kid fall out of a window. Do you know what the best part was? Apparently, I may be getting the timelines wrong here, but apparently, like, the kid fell out the window, and the first thing he did was whack his camera out and start recording. Oh, mate,
Jeez.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You actual freak.
No, I just like to put it out there. I don't think that's good. In case I wasn't clear.
All right, so yeah, I've got the whole lawsuit printed out here, and I just thought it would be funny because he sent me this, and like how it's written out is he's basically acting. When I first saw it, I was like, he's got an actual lawyer, but this guy's got no money. He's basically broke because of absolutely everything.
Spends all his darn money on onions
and Richmond's. fucking hell. So,
mate, I've just got cramp.
yeah, you know, at least he does have a bangers and mash, but he doesn't have the mash. It's just fucking sausages wedged into onions.
Frozen sausages.
Oh, fucking hell. That's where the FBI investigation come from, didn't it? Jesus.
They saw a plate of an onion
What,
with just bangers
what,
shot.
just fucking shove
Mate, the absolute power of the guy.
What does wait, is the sausage frozen or is it the onion that's frozen?
The sausage. Because, like, I thought it was just like...
He's got the image of Onision fucking obliterating it. All right, so the lawsuit, fucking hell.
Okay.
Okay, you can probably tell that, yes, this is a mess, but I am going to ask you bravely to subscribe to this channel because, as you can see, we cover topics over here and we speak about a lot of wacky and goofy things, and if you want to be on an inside joke, just like the one we've got going on here that you probably don't understand, please subscribe to this channel and watch every episode that comes out in the future because we are uploading the next episode tomorrow, and this is just a short snippet from it, so yeah, subscribe and thanks. Let's continue. It's not about onions, sadly, and although his kid falling out of a window, I think, does come into things.
We're not even into the lawsuit.
All right. So I saw this and I was like, this has got to be written by a lawyer. It's clearly not. I've received one legal threat before this, and it was from the very popular British YouTuber who I can't name for legal reasons, I think. But yeah, and that was actually quite.
Bazinga.
No, Bazinga didn't message me. He's got a kid to deal with. A kid that hasn't fallen out of a window.
All right, good going, Bazinga. I think.
Why Bazinga? You know the best part about Bazinga is his name's a fucking like little reference to a little.
Sheldon Cooper.
Mate, there's nothing funnier to me than the thought of Bazinga watching The Big Bang Theory. Oh, we gotta go off topic. People are gonna think we're on drugs or some shit. This isn't funny.
It's not, I don't even know if this is even like awful content or like brilliant content.
All right, let's get into this fucking.
Go
lawsuit.
on, read it
So
out.
I thought again, this was written by a lawyer, and then I looked at it for about a second, and I was like, okay, this has clearly just been written by him. And okay, all right, it goes. Hello, you published media that was associated with the implication that, in brackets, Onision was a criminal. Now, the reason I realized that this was written by him is because I don't think a lawyer is typically going to be fucking referencing to a human being by their YouTube channel name. He has a reference to himself throughout this entire thing. He isn't calling himself Gregory Jackson. He is just saying Onision because we'll skip a bit forward. It goes into a bit of where he starts to give me like, this is how you get out of it. He's like, you can remove any reference to Onision from your publication. There is actually like no reference to any names in this. But yeah, so he goes, you published media associated with the implication that Onision was a criminal, when in fact it was proven by the police and FBI in 2020 that Gregory did not shove a sausage into a fucking onion. No, it doesn't say that. It says, it goes, there was no evidence of that. No, it doesn't say there was no evidence of any crime. Additionally, the only person there doesn't need to be a criminal piece of evidence to suggest that you are a bellend. Like there's one thing we need to go over, but it goes. Additionally, the only person who made a statement to the police regarding Onision made a clear statement that they were not aware of any crime occurring. I mean, if I was, butchering onions with sausages,
I cannot get the thought out of my head of him smashing a sausage into an onion.
Yeah. He goes, Onision made a clear statement. Sorry, this means the authorities and the only witness to what really happened came to the conclusion, yet your publication seemed to imply something else. To be clear and to reiterate the issue, the police and FBI and all witnesses all are in the position that there is no crime, yet your publication gives the clear impression that a crime exists. This needs to be corrected. I do kind of love this because he's like, he doesn't say that I directly say it. He's like, you give the impression. And it's like, Greg, if you think your own actions are giving the impression that you're probably a criminal of some case.
He's waffling a bit there, isn't he?
He's waffling.
He's like, how do I make this sound more legal?
Well,
I'll throw in the word criminal 10 times.
The main reason I know that this is bullshit and written by himself is because he has sent this exact same legal, the same word for word legal threat to every single fucking YouTuber that's ever made a video about him.
Really?
Like with no changes whatsoever. So yeah,
Did it come from like his email? Or
yeah,
was
it came from
like,
Onision's email. It's officially him.
Frozen Richmonds at hotmail.com.
richmondsandonions@hotmail.com. Onision, me and you are like they're probably the only individuals to probably still use Hotmail, to be fair. He goes, you are receiving this notice as it is important to establish what a false statement is published, that the individual or company that publishes said statement is given an opportunity to correct the published defamation. If the notice is sent and the defamation is not corrected, a court case can be easier to win and the damages easier to collect as a result of the other party refusing to take correct action. I don't think that Greg has the money to really take me to court in an international court case after all the fucking money that he's gone bankrupt on buying Richmonds and Onions.
I would love to see you stood in a courtroom.
What, next to Onision? Have you seen?
Onision.
I wasn't even going to bring this up, but I've completely forgot about it. Have you seen the photo of him in an elevator after his court case?
No.
He's wearing AstroTurf shoes. Have you seen it?
Mate.
Mate, this is genuinely.
Are you talking about Onision or Cal the Dragon?
No, I'm not even joking. Onision went to a court case, a professional fucking court case, implying as an amateur court case with with AstroTurfs. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, where's? Oh no, here it is. Here it is. Like, he's got like. Can you see?
He's got the like Mundials or whatever they're called, aren't they?
He's got like Adidas Predators on. It's kind of ironic to me. He's got the Adidas Predators on, so that can match the
Mate,
tag.
when you've got court at 5, 5 aside at 6. We're just being mean at this point.
No, I'm sorry, but it's just the fact that this man is like been accused of being a certain thing. It's like, it's not surprising. We need to continue with the defamation law case. He then details to me saying, slander and defamation is a serious crime. Thanks, Greg. I didn't know that. He goes, it destroys lives and courts often award significant damage to those impacted. And then he goes on. His main threat to me was he linked me other cases of people winning defamation. He said, lawsuit where a major corporation had to set off a slandering man. Another lawsuit where a man wins a court case. It's like, Greg, surprise, fucking surprise. People have won court cases.
I mean, what's he getting at? There is good evidence of him actually stealing some Richmonds and just eating them raw outside of the
Wouldn't he fucking die of like salmonella or something?
I don't know, because Richmonds have got really high quality sort of red meat.
I don't. Oh, okay. That could make sense. But
you can eat red meat like raw, can't you?
Yeah. But then any sense is threats.
I've got a feeling I'm going to say a lot of things on this podcast where like people are just going to listen to me and go, that guy's a fucking idiot.
He goes, he sends me he gets threatening here. He goes, you have a choice. You can remove any reference to Onision from your publication. 2, you can issue a public statement acknowledging that the police, the FBI, and the only witness on the report stated that there was either no crime or they were not aware of any crime occurring. Now, he says that ending bit because at this point of time, I'm pretty sure the FBI investigation was actually still ongoing. He goes, 3, you can ignore this. I didn't actually do that.
Why is he like making this like it's a Telltale game or something? It's like you can pick your journey.
Like, it's like in Fable. It's like I go down one route, I'll win £1 million. The other route, my fucking dog will get shot or something.
Go down the other route, you're eating raw Richmond sausages
shoving them
in
into
an
onions.
elevator. Getting your protein in before
your 5 aside.
Yeah.
That is honestly those Adidas fucking trainers are actual evidence that this man is addicted to Richmond sausages. He goes, 3, you can ignore this warning and the attached police documents which establish your publication is false and potentially weaken your position in court for a later date. He then goes on to lecture me about integrity, which is mad because this bloke flew across states to just avoid like laws in his state so he could sleep with somebody younger than him.
Yeah, I mean, that's not great, is it?
Yeah, it is, honestly. That or the Richmond sausages and onions.
Just stick to the onions, mate.
Even then, mate. I think you have to like fly across state to even do that.
He messages like Stu at night and he's like, mate.
Mate, when you said Stu, the first thing that came to my thought was fucking Stewie Griffin.
Stewie Griffin.
Hey, he sounds mentioning fucking Stewie Griffin, but he's actually doing the Stewie Griffin voice to himself. He's just lost it, man.
He's got his sausage here.
Can you do your best Stewie Griffin voice?
Yeah, I can. I can. What the deuce? Terrible.
Peter. I can't do it. I don't do the lowest voice.
Lois.
This is the worst thing we've
I think
ever
this
done.
was like the minute where we'll see on the stats where everyone's like turned off. It was actually quite funny, and then Aiden busted out the Cleveland impression, and
I almost spat water all over so much electronics. Why did I face that way and not that? Oh, there is a camera there, to be fair. All right. Sorry. Getting away from Family Guy related characters. We're going to finish this. We are.
Peter.
Is that Joe Swanson? Oh, fucking hell. Ironically, he's a policeman, to be fair. I actually reckon Onision got arrested by Joe Swanson.
Onision.
What was that? That just sounded pretty creepy.
Can I do Peter?
Okay. He goes, it's important for the sake of our own success that when we realize we're on the wrong side of history, we correct our path. I like that he's speaking about like it's like
doing like a national statement. So
like, usually when you say I don't want to be on the wrong side of history, it's like I didn't want to vote for Trump or something.
Yeah, I know.
To be fair, they're probably on the same category of like being terrible. But then he goes, just for our own audience, he's kind of implying that I share an audience with him. Now I don't think he has an audience. To be fair, that's not even me being a dick. I think that's just an observation. Again, this message was sent to potentially strengthen the position of defamation in court for a later date. It is important to people to have an opportunity to correct their false statements before legal action is taken. Thank you. And that was it. And I actually responded, and I don't know why, because he sent this email to like 7,000 people. But can you see how much I have written here? I didn't actually.
Goes on, it's like a dissertation.
I actually paid somebody to write this. I wanted to put the fear in the man. So I went through, me and my person that wrote this, we went through so much stuff from my old content. And we actually, I'm not going to read it all because there was just so much, but we genuinely disproved everything that he said. And I think, honestly, if he took me to court, let's just say his onion farm would be fucked.
Yeah, he'd just be sitting there having his nasty Richmond poo-poos. Having his nasty Richmond poo-poos.
With no onions.
Stinking of fucking onions.
He'd be stinking of them, but he wouldn't have any of them because I would have taken them all away from him. We need like child protective services to come, but for onions. Oh, God.
Like, mate,
can you imagine?
Definitely watching Shrek tonight.
Can you imagine, right? You've been a content creator since 2007. You've been doing this full time. And there are these two British people basically making you out to be a fucking onion farmer after 13 years of things. It's just shameful. And it really does just...
It's like Dwight from The Office, isn't it?
To be fair, I don't think Dwight ever faced any allegations. Also, Dwight had a beet farm. Maybe that's part 2 for Onision. That's his next career venture. He's going to be making fucking beets.
I like how you had to prove me wrong and say it was like he's got a beet farm.
I'm a dedicated office lover, mate. love beets.
Just fucking love beets.
Love beets. Hate onions. But basically, this fucking lawsuit was a load of shit. I saw it, and I honestly, when I got it, the first thing I thought, for the first 2 seconds, I was scared. Then I realized it's Onision. And then I thought, I can just get so much content out of this. And I was very
yeah, you're a very happy man.
Mate, honestly, he needs to send me more legal threats. If you're watching this, Greg, send me it. And the only thing he does now is every time I make a video about him and there's footage of him in the video, he will copyright claim it. So we're just going to use no footage of him in him. And just, I'd say, no, we can't even monetize this video, sadly, because it's not got the hours on it. And that's why you should subscribe and watch the rest of this podcast. So we finally can get monetized. I say finally, this is like 3 days old.
Subscribe.
But honestly, I feel like this is kind of a summary of this bloke's downfall. You don't really know much about him, but even you know, like a man outside the onion circle.
Yeah, I'm not too clued in on the sort of the onion clique.
Yeah, the onion clique.
Does that make sense?
I honestly, he's just a bit of a bellend, really. I don't know why he said.
We're going to do this every week. We're going to find someone, and at the end, we're just going to basically come to the conclusion they're a bit of a bellend.
We've said this, I think, in nearly every conclusion. Bit of a bellend. I have actually got a positive story to end this podcast with, which we will get onto, which is still quite funny, but we'll leave that to the last bit. But basically, Greg, I look forward to the court case, and I look forward to seeing your Astros in person. I want to lick them.
I want nothing to do with it. I am
What?
just going to sit back and watch and eat my Hex.
He's not going to be happy with that, mate. He's a big Richmond's love. What? Let's end this clip by saying, what do you think his Astros smell like?
I think his onions.
What? All right,
What?
that's the end of the video.
No. I think Onision's AstroTurfs smell right.
Yeah, come on, make us spit it out.
I think they smell like pickled onion Monster Munch.
Yeah, I know. And I want to say, oh Jesus Christ! I think that was a fucking terrible clip.